Welcome to the Common Man Football Show. My name is James Coburn, and today's episode, we're talking about the Buffalo Bills versus Los Angeles Chargers Week 11 matchup based on analytics. Each week, I collect all of the current 2017 NFL team data in order to analyze and project potential NFL performance. Since it's a weekly collection, there's always going to be some variation in terms of the various variables. However, there will always be little nuggets of truth that could become bigger nuggets of truth as the season continues. So stick around as I analyze each week's matchups based on analytics. And if you're new to the channel, all terms and definitions will be in the description. So when you look at this matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Los Angeles Chargers, when you look at the NFL stat basic comparison data, and basic comparison data essentially looks at how the offense is doing, how the defense is doing, and how the special teams is doing from a regular sort of data perspective, macro data perspective. And most of the data in this game favors the Buffalo Bills. Now, it is important to note that the Bills have made a change at quarterback. Tyrod Taylor is out as the quarterback, and they're going to replace him with Nate Peterman. So this is definitely going to have. I mean, this is going to this is going to affect things. Excuse me. But let's get into some sort of things to kind of show. Like, let's get into why the Buffalo Bills are favored, and then we'll talk about the implications of the quarterback switch. So one reason why the Bills are favored is because of their offensive score percentage. They have a much better offensive score percentage compared to the Chargers offense, and that's been the biggest sort of issue with the Chargers this season is their offense just can't put up points. They just have issues in terms of putting up points. So that's kind of a issue. On top of that, turnover ratio favors the Bills, and the only area where the Chargers are better is in terms of sack percentage. They don't allow as many sacks as the Bills have this year, and that's been one of the bigger sort of effects here when it comes to that sort of stuff. Defensively speaking, though, it's kind of flipped. The Chargers have the better defense in terms of preventing points. The Bills have the better ability to turn the football over, though. So, like, their turnover percentage is better on defense. Chargers have a better sack percentage, and the Bills have a better interception percentage. And as you can clearly see, there's a big distinction between the Bills giving up sacks and the Chargers forcing sacks on defense. So that's going to be kind of a key matchup to see what happens because of that particular issue there, if you will. And of course, when you get to special teams data, looking at things like punt return yardage, kick return yardage, defensive punt return yardage, defensive kick return yardage, field goal percentage, extra point percentage, all those areas are favored by the Bills. And the only area on special teams where the Chargers are favored is punting average. So I would say the special teams pretty much favors the Buffalo Bills in this game. I would say offensively speaking, the Bills are favored, but the Peterman change could have a big implications. And then, of course, defensively speaking, the Chargers are a little bit better when it comes to preventing points, but still overall kind of a sloppy kind of game when you think about it. Then, of course, when we get to micro matchups, and micro matchups simply look at down and distance data and looking at some of the areas where there could be gaps, improvements, signs, stuff like that, in terms of first down, second down, third down sort of situations. When you look at the Bills offense versus the Chargers defense, the Bills are favored here in terms of first and third down, respectfully in that way. Then, of course, you get to the Chargers offense versus the Bills defense. In this particular way, the Bills are favored in terms of first down and second down situations. Then, of course, you get to the first down conversion rate with the run between the Bills offense and the Chargers defense. In this particular way, the Chargers are favored in terms of first and second down, respectfully. Then you get to the first down conversion rate for rushing downs with the Chargers on first and second down, respectively. The Chargers are favored here. Then, of course, you get to passing downs. Bills offense versus Chargers defense. The Bills are favored on first and third down, respectively. Then you get to the Chargers offense versus the Bills defense. In this particular way, the Bills are favored in terms of second and third down as well. Then you get to sack rate between the Bills offense and the Chargers defense. And in this particular way, the Bills are favored. Well, not the Bills, but the Chargers are favored on first, second, and third down. So this is going to be a big issue. Now, was Tyrod Taylor responsible for the sacks? I mean, I don't know if that's why they made the move or not. But this is going to be a very bad day at the office. I mean, no matter how you look at a new quarterback coming in with the issues you've already had, this could be disastrous. So just keep that in mind in terms of the final decision on this game. Then, of course, you look at the sack rate for the Chargers offense versus the Bills defense. And in this way, the Chargers are favored in terms of first and third down. Then you get to the Bills interception ratio between the Bills offense and the Chargers defense, and the Bills are favored on first, second, and third down. And then finally, when you look at the interception ratio for the Chargers offense versus the Bills defense, the Bills are favored here in terms of second and third down, respectfully. So overall, my general thoughts in this game, I have no clue what's going to happen. Whenever you have a quarterback change, it could either make things better or worse. There's no like in between. Usually it's worse, but sometimes it does get better, and then you get excited about a player. But I would say that because of the issue that the Bills have, because of the sack rate that they've been giving up, and they're about to play the Chargers in that regard, and the Chargers have the better defense, the offense is not going to be the same because of that change at quarterback, so that's going to definitely affect things. The turnover ratio might get worse as well because Nate Peterman could could throw a bunch of turnovers or at least picks, interceptions. That could be kind of issue there. But ultimately, this is just a odd football game from that perspective because they made that quarterback change. So I'm actually going to go Chargers here. I think the Chargers match up really well with the Bills in terms of sacks, and they match up really well in terms of a couple other areas where I can conceivably see them winning because of this. So ultimately, I just have to go Chargers here. And of course, my name is James Coburn. You can find my work at draftcoburn.wordpress.com. You can also follow my Twitter account at Geometrics. And if you like this content and you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. Share this video as well with anybody that you know, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Peace.